Well, turning now to Wisconsin and some new reports that some businesses are being openly threatened by big labor. Several business owners say that one public employee union is sending its message loud and clear. You show us your support for us or else. You might say it's an offer they can't refuse. Mike Lowe of WITI Milwaukee has this report.
That budget bill has got to go.
The idea of union workers boycotting those who support the governor's collective bargaining plan was present at the very first Capitol demonstration.
We've already talked about boycotting everybody, every business that supports it.
But now that idea is reality, and it has come from Madison to Main Street.
Union Grove is a small little town.
Union Grove is the latest front in the budget battle.
We're extremely small, little family-owned business.
Tiger Heberling owns this security business. He says union workers are threatening a boycott because he did not put their sign in his window.
We just mainly said for the business here, we just remain very neutral. Next thing, we saw a bunch of protesters going up and down here.
He says businesses should practice the old dinner party rule, avoid talking politics. But the sign is important to union leaders. This week they sent letters to business owners who declined to put them up, saying failure to do so will leave us no choice but to do a public boycott of your business. And sorry, neutral means no.
So this is the letter I received yesterday. They're trying to strong arm, and I don't agree with it.
Heberling's brother also disagrees with it, and he is a union member.
You shouldn't be asked to choose between your family and your union. You're taking it out on the wrong people.
But just down Main Street,
we definitely support workers' rights here.
R&R Pizza has a sign in the window, but longtime bartender April Clementi says it's not meant to be a political message.
No, not at all. I think it's more just a small town, family, friends kind of thing, and we want everybody to get a fair deal, even in their jobs.
Joining me now for more, Ben Ferguson, who's host of The Ben Ferguson Show, and Nancy Skinner, who is a syndicated radio talk show host as well. All right, panel, so this is interesting. Ben, you know, the union has the right to go to everybody and say, we want you to support us. Do they have the right to go and say, and if you don't, you too will be boycotted?
Well, let's go with words thuggery, extortion. I mean, where do you start with this? This is the reason why unions are so hated now by legislatures around the country, is because they literally say either you're with us or we will personally do everything we can to destroy your business. For people that claim they're for small business people and for the average worker and we're just going to have fair wages, this doesn't look very fair to me. I mean, they're literally doing exactly the opposite of what they claim, keyword they claim they're in favor of. And these businesses are going to suffer because they're going to go out there and try to literally get you shut down. It's sad.
Nancy, can you imagine if the pro-choice or the pro-life lobby did this to businesses? Like, you either put a sign in your window saying which side you're on, or we're going to boycott you. I mean, this is a very divisive issue. You can just say worker rights, but we all know, having watched what's playing out in Wisconsin, it's much more divisive than that. Should they be forced, these business owners, to pick a side?
Well, you know, voting with your pocketbook is as American as apple pie. So the idea is that the businesses that have supported this anti-union position of Governor Walker, you know, where are you? Where do you stand? Because I don't want to spend my money at places that are crushing average people.
But this guy, take a look, Nancy, at the guy. But listen, but that's okay. That's fine. So you may feel that way about somebody who supports Governor Walker. That guy we heard from in the piece was basically saying, I just want to be neutral. I don't want to take a side. I view this as like politics at the dinner table, and I don't want to take a side. You agree, Nancy, with the union saying you do it, because staying neutral is basically a middle finger to the unions, and we're going to make you pay.
Well, one, they're going to the contributors to Governor Walker. That's who the businesses that they're targeting right now. They're not walking down the street.
It's small businesses. But listen, that's not true. It's small businesses, not just in that county, but in several counties, they say now, in Wisconsin.
That are campaign
Nancy,
contributors.
this is the most ridiculous argument. Neutrality in this country should be everything. A business owner should have the right to say, hey, I don't want to be involved in this, and I'm not picking sides because I'm going to deliver pizzas or I'm going to give people alarm systems. But the unions are saying either you're with us or we will put a gun to your head. Does that sound like the American way to you? I think it's pathetic and thuggery politics.
Go ahead, Nancy.
Okay, Ben. All right, let me come back at you here, because a circuit court judge in Wisconsin put a restraining order on enforcement of this law and said the Secretary of State shall not publish it. It shall
Fine,
not
let the
be
law do
until
it.
these issues are heard. And the legislature went and did it. So they are not only denying
But
the
you're
politics.
dancing. You're out of
That's
point.
politics, not
You're out of
mainstream.
point. We're not talking about that today. We're
Nancy,
talking
that's
about this.
politics.
Hold on. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about this union tactic in particular, Nancy, and whether this helps the unions. I mean, should these business owners who do not have a horse in the fight be forced by the union to pick a side or face a boycott in these economic times when a lot of these small business owners are just struggling to stay afloat and keep people employed?
You know what? I think anyone can choose to spend their dollars, and in general, the idea that we should be supporting things that are made in America. This is the Made in America concept brought to Wisconsin. What is wrong? I want to know if a company does support me as an average person or not. And I'm not going to spend. And they're not being forced. They're not being shut down. The government isn't clamping down. I don't have to spend my money on a company I don't want to.
What you're saying is you're saying that every company in America should put a sign in their front door that says, I'm a Republican or Democratic establishment? That's what you're saying. And the unions are saying that. Either you're a union establishment or we're never going to shop there, and we're going to try to shut you down. That's great for small businesses and for the average American.
That's not true, Ben.
Well, here's exactly, he said it, Nancy, I'll get you to respond, but here's exactly what, just in case you missed it in the package. They say, we want you to hang a sign up in your windows saying that you support workers' rights. And then they say, in writing, that if the businesses fail to do so, it will leave us, quote, it will leave us no choice but to do a public boycott of your business. And sorry, neutral means no to those who work for the largest employer in the area and our union members. These union members are not allowing neutrality. They view neutrality as an offense to the unions.
But there's no legal enforcement. Here, Ben, let me finish. The point is, what they're saying is this governor, they took the radical step of negating the collective bargaining rights.
Then
this
fight
is a radical step. So now, Ben, let me finish one sentence, please. So now what they're saying is, look, then what we're going to say is we have a First Amendment right to say that this is what's happening. Are you? And I don't want to spend my money and support you if you are against us.
Fight it at the Capitol.
No, but everything you said, hold on. Everything you said is technically right until you got to the part of I don't want to support you if you are against that. That's not the union's message. They say, and I don't want to support you if you are neutral.
Neutral means no. It's a threat, and that's what they're doing here. If they do what Nancy said, which is go after the governor, go after the legislature, that's fine. That's politics. You're literally forcing an entire town of businesses to be on your side, or they're going to put you out of business, and that's what they're telling you they're trying to do. And that, I'm sorry, is bad for the economy. It's bad for the neighborhood. It's bad for the kids. It's bad for family-owned businesses.
Give me the quick last word, Nancy.
Flip this situation completely around. Flip it. Would you force people to spend money on businesses to which they disagree?
You have the right to go to a business and not spend your money there, Nancy. It's called America.
Okay, guys, gotta leave it at that.
It's called
gotta leave it at that.
Ben,
Much more to say, obviously, but can't because we're out of time. Listen, Ben, Nancy, great job.